What you're about to hear today is not speculation. It's not social media rumors. And it's not political spin. These are official US government documents. Over 30,000 newly released Epstein-related files have just been made public by the Department of Justice. And buried inside these documents are revelations that raise serious, deeply disturbing questions, particularly about Donald Trump, his inner circle, and what federal investigators actually knew years ago. Names, flight records, subpoenas, witness statements, redacted co-conspirators. And yet, at the same time these documents are being released, the DOJ and Trump allies are aggressively telling the public, there's nothing here. These claims are false. Move on. So today, we're doing the opposite of moving on. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what these 30,000 Epstein files actually are, why Dataset 8 is different from previous releases, how Trump's name repeatedly appears in official records, the contradiction between FBI files and sworn testimony, and why the phrase "no credible evidence" may be one of the biggest red flags of all. Watch this video to the end, because once you see the full picture, it becomes very hard to believe this is all just coincidence. What are the Epstein files, and why now? Let's start with the basics. The Department of Justice recently released nearly 30,000 additional pages related to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. These documents are part of what's being referred to as Dataset 8. Important detail: these are not random internet leaks. These are FBI and DOJ records, emails, memos, subpoenas, investigative notes, and witness statements. The DOJ released a public statement saying, "Some of these documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims made against President Trump. The claims are unfounded and false." But here's the problem. If the claims are completely false, if they lack credibility, if they've already been debunked, why were they documented, preserved, analyzed, and submitted for forensic review by the FBI in the first place? Federal investigators do not waste time, money, or resources analyzing fantasies. The letter that shocked investigators. One of the most disturbing documents in Dataset 8 is an alleged letter attributed to Jeffrey Epstein, addressed to Larry Nassar, the former USA gymnastics doctor, convicted of sexually abusing hundreds of young girls. According to the file, the letter was sent shortly before or around Epstein's death. It was submitted to the FBI for handwriting analysis. Investigators never publicly confirmed whether Epstein wrote it. The contents are deeply disturbing. The letter suggests a shared obsession with abusing young women, a reference to our president sharing the same interests. Now let's be very clear. This letter is not being presented as proven fact, but it is a fact that the FBI took it seriously enough to analyze. The DOJ preserved it as part of the official case file, and it was only revealed to the public years later. That alone raises serious questions. The mystery of the 10 co-conspirators. Now we get to one of the most explosive revelations. In 2019, internal DOJ emails reference 10 Epstein co-conspirators, 10, not 0. Not Epstein acted alone, 10 individuals. According to these emails, some were located and served grand jury subpoenas. Some were in New York, Florida, Boston, Connecticut, and Ohio. Investigators were actively tracking them. A full team of prosecutors and FBI agents was deployed. Victim interviews were conducted. An FBI hotline was opened. Dozens of calls came in. So ask yourself, if Epstein had no co-conspirators, why was the DOJ hunting down 10 of them? Kash Patel versus FBI documents, a direct contradiction. Fast forward to recent years. Trump ally Kash Patel under oath stated, "Epstein trafficked women for himself only. There is no credible information he trafficked to anyone else." But the FBI's own documents say the opposite. They reference co-conspirators, grand jury subpoenas, witnesses connected to potential third parties. This isn't a political disagreement. This is a factual contradiction between sworn testimony and federal records. Either the FBI documents are lying, or the public is being lied to now. There is no third option. Trump's Epstein flight records, the bombshell. Now let's talk about what many consider the most damning evidence in the entire release. An internal DOJ email reveals that investigators obtained full Epstein flight logs, over 100 pages. And those logs reportedly show Donald Trump flew on Epstein's private jet at least 8 times between 1993 and 1996. On multiple flights, Ghislaine Maxwell was present. On one flight, the only passengers were Epstein and Trump. On another, the passengers were Epstein, Trump, and a 20-year-old woman, name redacted.